Welcome to the Fortress Fitness Life. Welcome to the Fortress Fitness Lifestyle podcast series, where we cater to you mind, body, and soul, with host Victor Francis and his special guests tackling diet, exercise, diabetes, and much more. Tune in every Saturday at 7 p.m. This podcast is brought to you in part by British Grove VA Services and Abini Pro Fitness.
Good night. Good night. Welcome again to another episode of Fortress Fitness Magazine podcast. And tonight, I had a little sore throat here, so that's why I'll stumble before when I was talking. So bear with me tonight, folks. And tonight, we have another guest on our program tonight, and is Patricia Constantine. She actually is the CEO of Patrick Thomas Enterprises, Natural Cream, and oil and things like that. So we're going to welcome her, Patricia Constantine. Bring her on the screen. You're right.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Night. Great. Miss Patricia Constantine. So I would have introduced you already, but I give you the opportunity before we get going to introduce yourself and let the viewers know what you're involved in. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Victor, for having me. Again, my name is Patricia Constantine, and in 2018, I started Patrick Thomas Enterprises. We are a skin and hair care manufacturing and retailing company where we specialize in using local herbs in all of our products. And the majority of our products, 90% of our products are vegan. So we don't use any animal fats, and we stay clear of chemicals and other, fancy byproducts like urea and all those stuff in our products.
Oh, that's great because so your products is 100% plant-based?
Yes, 100% plant-based.
Plant-based. Wow, that's great because when I would have saw you a couple of weeks ago and looking for people to come on the podcast. Usually we go around Trinidad and look for people who involved in natural products, whether it's skincare, whether it's nutrition in internal, physical, because this Fortress Fitness Lifestyle magazine and podcast is all about mind, body, and soul. So it's not just fitness or nutrition. It's a holistic approach to wellness, meaning that you can't be fit, right, and healthy, and you're not taking care of your skin, right, and is a whole package. So that's why you're on this podcast tonight, and letting us know how can you support people who starting to say, what, today I'm going to take a hold of my life and really take care of myself, because so much time most of us just get up each day and we repeat a cycle of going to work, doing what we need to do, coming back home, and that's it. And we put ourselves to the bottom of the table.
That's
Right?
true.
We put job, we put family, we put husband, wife, all right, dog, cat in some instances, right, in front of ourselves. And when you really check it, we are more important than everything that I mentioned there, right? So I'm an advocate for health and wellness and taking care of yourself, because I have seen too many people and family members and friends die from just not putting the self first, whether it's lifestyle disease, whether it's, so that's why I started this. I started this to really get to the people who want help and don't know where to get the help from, and they're ready to change and they don't know how to start, because we even have mental health people came here talking about the mental part of the wellness. As you rightfully know, if you want to do any change in life, whether it be um, whether it be physical, whether it's nutrition, whether it's your life itself, it starts with a thought. Getting up a day and saying, what, I want to make this change, right? That's what it starts with. So it's not just the gym or Savannah or the park. It's not that. We are not pushing that. We are pushing wellness, mind, body, and soul. So that's why we go around communities preaching this wellness initiative, and is accepted and is really appreciated, because People want to be better, but they don't know how to. Yes, the information is out there, but not everybody have computers. Not everybody had the time. So at least you could tune in and see. All right, and this natural products that you have, because I bounced a lot of people that don't use these chemical creams, and even myself don't use that because I don't think my skin is really, it does react good on that. I don't really like sweet things, too much chemical on, not just on my body, but even the things that I eat is really more organic and more natural fruits, or even the fruit, I gotta eat a lot of stuff, right? So that is really the idea behind this movement. So what I would like you to do as we go forward is just introduce some of your products that you have so the viewers can see, um, what you have, so they can, well, before the podcast is finished, we will know where to find you, how to find you, because when you're not done, all your handles will be uh, seen as the very first podcast. So you introduce some of the products that you have that you want us to know.
Okay, Victor, well, thank you. You mentioned something about lifestyle disease. Okay, so what started me on my journey for the skincare aspect of the natural holistic skincare is because my mom, my grandmother, my father, even myself, we are all diabetics, right? What I've noticed with diabetics is that when our sugar is high, we tend to lose a lot of moisture out of our skin. Then it becomes dry, itchy, and flaky, and is a persistent dryness, and then it ages you, right? So I then decided to embark on a journey to find a way to treat my skin, right? Because I'm not that young. I'm not that old as well. So I wanted to remain looking young, keep my skin moist, and not smell like bush, basically. So that's what brought me. So that's what brought me to this point. And I started off and I made a diabetic dry skin moisturizer, which is my first product.
Yes,
Right. So
yes,
it contains shea butter, coconut oil. It also has glycerin. It also has cinnamon, right? And the consistency is a thick consistency that you could use as a paste. So you could put it on your heel, the bottom of your foot. Places will crack easily. You put on a socks and you get up in the morning, your foot softer, that kind of thing. Whereby when you put it on, you don't, after half an hour or so, your skin dry, like if you never cream your skin for the day. And then dry skin does look old. So you want to look young and healthy. So
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
cinnamon in the product helps to plump up your skin and so on. So that was my first product. That was the first product that I used, that I made, and it just catapulted me to continue to research and do more products. Then I came up with my turmeric oil,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So we the first problem that we encountered was that turmeric it stains the skin, but it's so good for you. It allows your skin to glow, and again, I'm looking for the secret of youth. So I want anything to make me look young. So I I researched, and turmeric seemed to do the trick. So I infused it into coconut oil, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil. These are all lightweight oils that won't clog the skin, so you can use it on your face, all over your body, but you wouldn't develop acne and these type of and stuff. And again, for glowing skin, that is the pursuit that I'm under. So I made the turmeric oil, and then I did a turmeric body butter as well, turmeric and shea butter. So those were my initial flagship products that I introduced to the community, and they were well received. So I continued my research. So I decide now that I'm Trinidadian, so I'm going to use local products. So I made a sorrel body butter. I have my coconut mango, right? Aloe vera, moringa. I have a moringa hair growth oil, moringa. I only using products. My majority of the products that I use are locally sourced and locally based, because we have stuff here, And all wives' tales are true, right? So when they say use guava leaf for, the bald spot and so on, yeah, we have a product for that, with the guava in it as well.
Okay. Well, let me start with this, right? Patricia, yeah, I'm laughing when you talk about you want to smell like old bush.
No,
I had to laugh, and you're combating aging, and I'm glad you mentioned that because everybody who come on this podcast, every single person have a why they started what they're doing. I haven't met someone on this podcast that didn't mention a why that brought them to doing what they're doing now, which is unique and special because it's one thing to just bring down products from wherever it's coming from in the states or wherever. It's one thing to do that and sell to make a buck, but it's another thing when your product that you're promoting is things that you believe in, you're making and you're using yourself, and there was a reason behind you starting that. So most people promote things that they can't. They're telling you they could vouch for it, but they cannot because they really don't use it, right? And first of all, let me just say this: when I met you, I purchased the turmeric oil, skin oil. Now I need to go slow on this one, right? Because I normally, yes, I gym and I take care of myself and all of that, but I take care of myself holistically. So I just, yes, do the physical, I eat a particular way, but I also, you know, take care of my skin, right? So when I met you and I, I said, let me try the turmeric oil, sorry. That oil, is the best oil I've used. I've used oil in
oh,
certain,
thank you.
certain every month I used to go buy certain cocoa oil in certain big pharmacy and things like that, and use it because that's what I have. And since I started using that turmeric oil that I purchased from you, I like the scent. It keeps my skin moist, as you correct. I could vouch, and I'm vouching for that, right? I'm vouching for that oil because that is what I purchased from you, and it's excellent. And it's probably half bottle. I'm waiting for it to finish, so you'll hear from me soon within the month, right? And it's excellent. No, and then you mentioned that some of the products some of the ingredients that is in your product, I use in my smoothies or I make shots from time to time before I go to bed. I just as you believe in the medicine, of the land, old school what we grew up on,
Yes.
that heals you internally and outward as well. Because I use turmeric, right? I use ginger, I use garlic, I use aloes when I make a milk concoction and things like that for the inside. And so hearing that you use those things for your cream and your oil, it just makes me feel a lot better knowing, yes, it's one thing to say, well, it's organic and it's natural, but the stuff that you are using, I think the whole Caribbean and by extension now, the world know how good turmeric is, right? That seems to be the cure for everything. And if you have it in your skin, on your skin, based on how you develop it there, I mean, that's excellent. And I'm glad that you mentioned that you don't want to look ashy and things like that because when I grew up, my mother used to always tell me, "Hey, your skin looking ashy, boy," you know, and that's stuck with me. That's why up to this day, as a big man, I cream myself. I don't play with that. When I go into the gym, coming from the gym, I cream because I think a lot of us in this region don't understand the importance of keeping your skin moist, right? And it could affect you negatively where aging is concerned, right? And that's one of the reasons why I say, what, based on the results I was getting on the cream, I say, I need you to come on the podcast that other people see and hear the testimony of me, one, but also you are the founder and the creator, and now I hear why you started that. I mean, that's just moving for me, right? And based on the diabetic part of it,
Yes.
I had a lot of nutritionists, two doctors, and a lot of people who on this podcast last couple of months talk about, diabetic and, diabetes, type 1, type 2, and all of that, right? And yes, as you mentioned, it can aid you if you take care of yourself. And I'm pretty
Yes.
sure you're doing what is necessary, right? And Fortress Fitness Lifestyle magazine and this movement, feel free to call us we have people who have all the answers in the sense of, nutrition wise, and still tastes good, right? I have Amber Alexis, who is the nutritionist, for this for my movement. She have her own business, and she support Fortress Fitness, and she's a cultural nutritionist. So the same food that we grew up on, you're eating, but it prepare a little more healthier,
Yeah.
right? Because we do believe, and it has been proven, that once you adjust your diet with some moderate exercise or walking, you can combat that and even stop that diabetes thing, right? You can,
Yes,
right?
you can. And then with the skin being the largest organ in the body, even though you may eat and drink a lot of water, you still don't, the skin still don't um, re- replenish the moisture. You need to replenish the moisture on your skin. You need to put it back in, put it back in.
Yeah.
And basically that's the aspect. So besides the diet and the exercise, which everybody seem to focus on, they don't focus on taking care of your skin. By creaming your skin and oiling your skin, you also prevent your skin from cracking. And when your skin cracks, you're open to get sores and all kind of bacteria entering into your skin. Or for us diabetics, underneath our feet like to crack. So when we walk and we tend not to walk bare feet and so on, because you don't know what will happen if you may step on something, or if you're underneath your foot crack and you you pick up a little bacteria, then you hear they talk about gangrene, and next thing you know, they want to cut off your foot. So no, we're not
Yeah.
doing that. We need to take care of our skin. We need to always be watching our skins for cracks and any kind of open sores and so on. We have to be so careful as diabetics. So yes, besides the diet and besides the exercise, we also just need to just take care of our skin.
Yes, and that's why you are here tonight, to say just what you're saying, because you created the product for the skin that will help. Because there's a couple diabetic I know, watching this program, who support the magazine and the movement, and so the notion, as you mentioned, crack skin. So I keep hearing as you growing up, and even now they say black don't crack, but that's not true, right?
No, it's not true. But you
Right.
see, the thing is, what was passed down through the generation is how to take care of it so it don't look like if it does.
Yeah.
Right? And to combat aging, most of the stuff that we use and that we will try your mother. I don't know about you, but my grandmother every night we had was to drink bush tea, as opposed, and it depend on the particular bush. And then there's during the August vacation, when you come off from the August vacation, you take a little purge and these kinds of stuff. These are stuff that we were passed on. It's not necessarily written, but it was passed down from mother to daughter to so like it was given to me when I was a child, and and when I employed these practices when I have my own children, when I had my own children. And what I wanted to look at is that these are wisdoms that were passed on, and the cosmetic industries and these other industries tend to overlook it or make bright, beautiful products that don't help you as much as these little benefits that we get, these little nuggets that we get from our ancestors or our parents and so on. So I grew up using Jergens, but to me, Jergens is water now. I scoff at it.
Yeah.
When I did my course in food community development in 2018, the first thing they taught you to do was read the ingredients. And how the ingredients is listed is what is the most that contains the most percentage in your product, you list it first, and it goes down subsequently. And when you look at it, the majority, I call them fillers. A lot of these things that they use to stabilize and prolong the life of the product, you see the majority of that. And the things to help us to to moisturize the skin, to lock in the moistures and so on, you see it at the bottom. So they are in minute quantities. So they are they're more thinking about mass production and making the product last longer on the shelf rather than it helping you. and working on your skin.
Yes, and what I would say with that, Patricia, and you're so correct. And most of the products, not just skin products, but everything that we grew up on, that was, quality, has been watered down quantity, because they also know that people doesn't hardly read labels. So I just gonna get a cream, and they more look for price than what is good for you. All right? Nobody reading fine print with cream and even what they put in their mouth to drink and eat. People just look for price. Yes, the economy, and this is what I can afford. But sometimes what they can afford shorten your lifespan, right? It good to put something, put the extra dollar just to make, something more healthy on your body or on your skin. All right. So when you mention the big companies that do creams and all of those companies, it's a money making business, and they're not putting the ingredients that could really keep your skin moist, so you could that one bottle could last you 3 months. They water it down in order so that you'll finish quick and it'll come back. So it's the dollars and cents now in the world when it comes to these big companies, and it goes for food, it goes for skin products, it's good for everything that you we can think of. It's not about the consumers. It's all about the company and the dollar value. So that's why it's important that you read, and people like yourself. That is why we promoting what we promoting on Fortress. Looking for these small entrepreneurs who have quality more than quantity. The thing about yourself and other people like you in the health and wellness niche is that we don't have the mass, the finances to come out as big as the big companies, who when you drive any highway, you're seeing billboard of the thing that is really not good for you, and the thing that's not good for your health, and things not good for your skin, and nobody not created no cream or any oil to keep your skin moist, to slow down the process of skin cracking when it comes to aging, or diabetes, right? They're not doing that. They want you to not uh, do that in order to go and get where you need to get in order to shorten your lifespan. So I'm glad when you mentioned, aging, you're combating that, because all the people that have bounced up recently, whether it's in this podcast or outside, who take care of themselves, that's what they say. I am on my own journey to combat aging. And I tell people, my line with that is that, which I put up on my podcast and put up on my reels and my social. You can stop aging, but you can change the way that you age with the lifestyle that you live, right? Meaning that what you put in, correct, and what you put on your skin, and you so correct as well. Yes, and you could watch your skin and you could see the
Thank you.
smoothness and the gloss. Trust me, that one thing that stood out when I met you a while back, and I was like, I say, let's go across there and see what you have there, because if you look like that, right, and you're using your product, well, I find it too because you are a product of your product itself. Yes.
Yes, and I only use my products. And my mom, my late mother, because she died last year, whenever she went to clinic, everyone was asking her, well, what are you using on your skin? How are you glowing? So and so on. And so she was always championing my products and sending, and she was one of my best salespeople just by going to clinic and
Yeah.
and so on, and people looking at her skin and saying, well, no, you look so wonderful, you look gorgeous with that skin that you have, what you're using. And that's all. Most of my sales are referrals, word of mouth.
Yes, yes. Well,
Yes.
I can see why, because I'm referring you right now to all who listening, and all my friends and my gym buddies and them who just go in and exercise and go and run, and after that they're looking ashy and the skin cracking, and once we're on that, I still will want to know how come that turmeric oil. I don't want to know the ingredients because that's a secret, but they say that oil really, I'm not exaggerating, it's really, really good. I would
Oh,
like for to talk just maybe a little extra conversation, a little more on that turmeric oil. It's really good. And I want people to really understand when I say it's really good, because I'm using it, and it keeps your skin not greasy,
no.
right? It keeps your skin moist. It have a nice flavor. I mean, when I do my videos, I do videos and take out photos to put on my social based on when I'm in the gym, when I finish gym and things like that. And when I look at the photos now, and usually I put that cream, that oil before I go to the gym. So that's been an hour before I should gym and work out and all of that. And after I work out, or during workout, when I take out picture, my skin still look. I mean, it's in ashy. It's not dry. It's really, I can see the difference. I can see the difference.
Okay, well, with the turmeric oil, most people, when they make turmeric products, they use turmeric powder. But what I do, the turmeric root that they dig up on the soil,
Hmm.
I grate that and infuse it into coconut oil. Right,
Oh,
so that's one of the differences. I'm using the natural product. I'm using what we get here. Right now, granted, they say that they just dry the turmeric and to make it into the powder, but we don't know what chemicals they use to dry it or to get to the powder form. I know that in my little cubby, I dig up the turmeric root and I grate it and infuse it into coconut oil. And then the oils that I use alongside it with sunflower oil and grapeseed oil, which are lightweight oils, so they wouldn't have your skin feeling too greasy. And the scent I use is citrus essential oils. So I use a combination of different citrus essential oils.
hmm.
Some one maybe sweet orange, and that is the only one I will let you know about. The rest is
I think you should not tell me when I said elaborate on it. I didn't want to know all that. I don't want to, don't let
no,
out
but
the secret. Don't let out the secret because that's your business and that's your product. I'm just
yes.
what I mean elaborate is that yeah, I can say one two things, but don't I didn't think to say
Yeah, so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
as I say, it's natural products. I make a moisturizer with sorrel. I pick my sorrel, I wash my sorrel, I boil my sorrel. Right? I know what I'm putting into it, and I make my lotion. Same thing, I have a moringa tree in the back. Pick my moringa, dry it, and I infuse it into my products. So, and that's why I say one of the things that I focus on too as well is stuff that we get here, stuff that the old people and them say good. I go in and check to see if they're good. I do a little research, see if they're good, and then see how I could put it into my products for your hair. There's one thing that when you were saying that how people, they want you to keep coming back, there's one product that I make that most of my customers don't come back, and that's the tea tree anti-itch for dandruff. So
Mhm.
I make a hair balm
Yes.
for people who have dandruff. It contains tea tree in it and some other ingredients again from old wives' tale that I put together. And after a while, after maybe one or two containers, because there are only 2 ounce containers, after one or two containers, most of my customers don't come back because they have dealt with the problem.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't mind. At the end of the day, they are seeing the results, and that is what I'm happy about. They
And
are
that is
seeing the
yeah,
results.
yeah, and that is why people like yourself, who provide those kind of services and those kind of products will always have to go on referral and build a business on social media, referral, and other places because, you know, sad to say, but it's true. The massive companies who have the generic creams and the generic oils would always try not for people like you to get ahead with the correct thing. Yeah, and
That's
and
true.
and as you mentioned, what products that the old people said was good. I think so far, what our grannies told us back in the days was good. I think we are proven today that is really good.
Yes.
Yes, everything
Yes.
that we was told was good from our grandparents. The particular bush, the particular tea from the ground itself is what heals people. And if you go on social and listen to the certain organic doctors who heal people outside there, is the same product they're using and put it together to heal things like cancer and other stuff. And I know you know that. The same
Yes.
moringa and the same ginger and the same
Mm-hmm.
tea tree so those are the things that works and make the difference, not what advertise to make the difference. You know,
No.
those are the stuff that you have that actually make the difference. And one of the things that I will say, Patricia, is that, this platform, I know you don't come on it, but this platform is really for people like yourself, right? It was created by me, and the idea came from myself last year. And I have a team of two people who stand with me, who have the same why they involve in Fortress Fitness. And whenever they had the mommy, or some loved one would have died from a lifestyle disease, who didn't take care of themselves, right? And I mean, I lived through that as well. So my why for doing what I'm doing is can't be stopped, because is I've lost a lot of people on those lifestyle diseases, and including what you're talking about there, even your skin, because correctly, you're correct again, because most people that I know of, more focus on, yes, I'm making a change in my life and I will eat different, and which is good, don't get me wrong, that's full 100 with that. And also, I will start doing some exercise, and they stop there. Yes.
Yes.
And because,
Yes.
and those two things, excellent. And when I started this magazine, and this Fortress Fitness Lifestyle magazine, if you watch the page, you will see a holistic approach to wellness, which is mind, body, and soul,
Oh,
right? Because in my life, God is the center of everything that I do. Yeah. And
yes.
for those who don't believe, that's up to them. But my creator, and that's who guide me in everything that I do, right? And I also know that if your mind is not ready, you can't make no change in life. And
No.
your body, you could eat all the right stuff, you could exercise. If you can take care of your outside body, right, then you're really not taking care of yourself as you should. Because as you know, the Bible did say your body is the temple of God. And if you believe that, and you take pride in the temple, then you will know what you have to do. And I mean, I was one who take pride. So that's why you're here, because your products that I have seen and I've used, I could vouch for it, and anything that Fortress having, you will always be welcome. You'll be welcome to post on Fortress page your products, and I will want you to. You're welcome to any kind of assistance in the sense of, events, because I believe in your products. And I myself has have a symposium and health fair. We had one, I think it's the last 2 months in Barataria. We're working on another one right now, where we have vendors like yourself coming and portraying the products. And we have doctors and nutritionists, and we ask question and answer. So the convention you and I have it now,
Yes.
we'll have patrons coming and ask questions. So, and some will have conditions. I know of people who have skin conditions, and they get, they're going by, I think, is it a dermatologist or
A
whoever,
dermatologist, yeah.
right? And those people, they recommend all kind of things. And when at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you and I know what is be the end result. Is that over and over and over and over, sometimes for years, and you still have that. So I am saying this on this platform because I know people who live that. I know it's true, and I will always support the natural products, the organic products, the only people with natural organic products will be allowed to come on this podcast, because that's what this podcast is all about, right? Um,
Do you remember? Oh, there's a
yeah.
question. No, nothing yet for varicose veins as yet, but yes. But I'm looking into it. Don't worry. I will get back to you when I have something. Victor, I was going to say, do you remember when coconut oil was the worst thing, that they shouldn't use coconut oil, and coconut oil had so much trans fats, and
Yes,
they were trying to push soybean oil down with throat, and everything is soybean oil, right? Because they were making money with the soybean oil. Now
yes,
that they could monetize coconut oil all of a sudden become the best thing in
yes.
the world.
Yes, it was smelling bad. It
Yes,
high in this, it high in that, and as it will evolve, but it become one of the best oil actually that is out
yes.
there now,
When you
especially
do the right research,
when
when
you
you
do
do
right.
the yeah, but
Yes,
they weren't telling us that back in the day when they wanted to sell us soybean oil,
no,
right? And they
no,
didn't want to tell us that soybean oil is bad for cholesterol. And no, no, no. they want to make money off of us. So they villainize coconut oil. But now that they can make money off of coconut oil, it's the best thing.
Well, you see, I think you and I could you know, contest based on our research, based on what we do, separate in fact, that the big media or the world, they point you in a direction for their purpose, not for your purpose or not for your
Yes.
well-being, for their purpose. If they want to sell a particular thing, if they want to go in a certain direction, they alienate one thing and push something else, right? You will never see nobody coming out and talking publicly about those vegetable oil that isn't doing nothing good for you, but sending you closer to your grave. You ain't gonna say that,
No.
right? You know, but they go see ad all over the place telling you fry this, fry that, right? Fry this, fry that. But you won't see much ad still up to this day. Once you know coconut oil is great, I can't remember if I've seen on social media anytime in the last how much years where they're real promoting coconut oil. You'll see it in the grocery, but they don't promote it like how they promote the other one. You don't see them telling you, well, fry your chicken with coconut oil. They ain't telling you that because,
No.
right. So if you see, we're at a time now where everybody have to seek their own information for their own self, for their health. One of the days where you listen to ads, right? One of the days you listen to even medical professional, right? You have to research, and as you rightly said, go back to the land, go back
Yes.
to what Granny taught us to heal, what is the crystal of candle and wonder the
Yes.
world, those kind of
Mm-hmm.
things. Those are the things that heal us. Those are the things that get us out of a situation of pain, not the pills that they give us over the counter. And I say it because it's true. And I believe in that. Right? There's doctors have their place and we all respect to them. But at the end of the day, if you put your life into to just believing what doctors said, I mean, you will end up with some problems. And I think you and I could testify for that in the
Yes,
past, right?
definitely.
So
Yes.
it's important for people like yourself, people like me. Let us say, you know what, educate the people. I think what has happened is lack of education and lack of people know where to get the right stuff in some instances. So for instance, there's people who have skin condition and there's people who want your product, but it's like they're not seeing you. For those who don't know, because when I met you, I didn't know, but you had that. I out there doing my campaign looking for health and wellness people, all right? And I didn't pass your boot straight because wellness is about body as well. So when I tried it, I realized, but wait now, this thing, this thing different because I have been using oil, don't get me wrong, on my skin. So I could tell the difference. So people need to know, and I don't have skin problem. I just as you, I do prevention. I try to
Yes.
live a preventive life. That's what I try to do. And if anything should happen, at least I put myself in a position where I could combat whatever it is. That's how I live my life. So your product that you have, when I realized that wait now, this thing working, man. As they say, it ain't working, it working.
It was.
It working. Yeah, it working. So I mean I know I'm real talking about that oil. I only can talk about the oil
So
because
that you use.
that's the one that I use, and it really making I didn't say made a difference. It's making a difference because I use it twice each day. So I know it's almost finished. I use it in the morning and I use it in the after shower at night.
Yes.
I use it, and I am black and smooth, smoother than before. Yeah.
And one of the best way to use it, as you say, after shower in the night, when your skin's still wet, you put
Yes.
it the oil on your skin because it
Yes.
helps to lock in the moisture on your skin. So
Yes.
yeah, that is one of the better way to use the oil.
Yeah, I don't go to bed without using your oil. Trust me. When I come in the bathroom and I have dry my skin, I didn't even know what you're saying there. I just normally don't really dry, right? And I use that cream because I do that oil because I still do the same thing with the commercial cocoa oil I used to be using before I met you, and so I do the same thing with your oil, and I realized, but I said, but I like the smell. I mean, yes, we know it's good for I mean, it's good the moisture and all that stays and it's nice, but I could say the smell, boy. I mean, I've,
Well, as I say, we don't want to smell like bush, not because we're using moringa. We want to smell like bush, not because we're using cinnamon and these other things. We just use the natural oils, the essential oils to enhance the fragrance. Because turmeric, don't really smell that good on its own.
yeah,
So the citrus scents are what will help you to continue to use the oil, because that's another thing with natural products, that people tend to shy away from buying natural soaps and natural creams and so on, because they say they don't like the scent
Yes.
sometimes. But for me, I'm catering to someone who is like me. I want to have all the benefits of the natural ingredients, but I also want to smell like $1,000,000. So
Yeah.
I will put I will put fragrances and scents in it, so that I'm encouraged to use it, and I wouldn't think twice about using it on a daily basis, because I like how it smell and I like how it makes my skin feel. So that's why I use those scents.
um I can look at your face, and I mean is I mean it's perfect. Can you elaborate, like, for the females who will be tuning in? I know they are. Which one of your products do you use for like your face? Because it might be different to the skin. I just asked it.
Oh, okay, so my skincare routine again is natural products.
Yes.
So when I get home from work, I would wash my face, and then I would put on my face a mixture of a little drop of the turmeric oil, and I will mix it with some turmeric, the dried turmeric powder.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I would put a little yogurt,
Yes.
right? Plain yogurt,
Mm-hmm.
and I would mix it together, put it on my face, right? And go about my business, maybe, wash, cook, whatever. And then when I shower, I wash it off,
Mm,
right? And then simple thing, I moisturize. So either I use the turmeric oil, I use the turmeric oil in the night for moisturizing, but in the day, when I get up and I have to go to work,
yes.
I have uh, um, a skin moisturizer that I use that contains bentonite clay, because you don't want to look out looking shiny.
Yes.
So the
Yes.
bentonite clay helps to absorb the shine off of your skin. So it's a
Oh.
green tea, and I use green tea. It's a green tea moisturizer made with bentonite clay. So I will put that on my face, and this one I don't put any scent in it. So I'll put it on my face before I leave to go out, and maybe put on a little powder. So depending on where I'm going. If I
Yeah.
just running down the road, you put on the moisturizer with the bentonite clay, so your face wouldn't. It'll have a matte look, and it wouldn't be greasy or shiny. And you go about a day. So it's not no elaborate skincare routine. It's just simple little things that they could do, because I live La Hoqueta. My son goes to school in Port of Spain, so we leave here all hours in the morning, and then we come back all the hours in the evening. My daughter play
Yeah.
volleyball and so on. So I'm looking for quick
Yes.
and easy and
Yes.
simple, and that
Yes.
is what I do. Always try to moisturize. Always. After a shower, always try to moisturize. And especially with, as I say, with the liquid water on my skin, I try to use the oils and to lock in the moisture. And then I have my various lotions and so on. And with my diabetic dry skin moisturizer, because, we like to wear we cute sandals and things, and we don't want we heel looking crack up and things. So I will, in the
Mm,
night, I'll put on the diabetic dry skin moisturizer, and put on my socks and go
mm-hmm.
to bed. So
Yes.
that's basically the routine, right?
Yes.
When I have to go, well, I walk around the savannah. That's my form of exercise.
Yes.
So when I know that when I'm going, I wouldn't use lotion, because it makes my skin sweat more. So I'll moisturize with the oils. You
Yes.
go, you walk, take your walk and so on, and you come back, and then you will use your lotions after
Yes.
your shower and so on. But
Yes.
when I'm exercising, I more use the oils, because the lotions I tend to get sweat
Yes.
more.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, when I look at your face there, that matte look I'm seeing, I mean, I don't know if men could look so, but I like that look because I shine it, and you well matte up there. So
Well, that's a help with a little the same green tea moisturizer, but it
yeah.
helps with a little face powder. A little
Yeah.
face powder. And
But
I'm
yeah.
sweating actually, so you
No,
will
I
see
see it. No, I see it.
but I'm sweating.
Yeah.
But yes,
You take good care of yourself, and I really I
thank,
like that. I like that
thank
because
you.
with all the busy schedule that we all have, live the life that we all live, like you mentioned, come from Lakota, your son goes to school in Port Spain, and I know the hustle. And
Yes.
everybody, when I talking to them, is like, Vic boy, it's not the time. We tend to say that. Everybody
Yes.
tend to say, well, I don't have the time to take care of myself. I don't have the time to really groom myself. And when you say that, you're actually giving it power over you. And then when you say that too, it means that it's further away you go from actually doing it because you're believing in yourself. You don't have the time because you don't put yourself as yourself as somebody who is important, just everything else that you're doing. You understand?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if it means you, I guess for you, if you had to get up 5 minutes or 15, I shouldn't say five, but like 15 minutes before you organize for your to leave to carry your son to school to take care of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because we tend to not put ourselves. I mean, 95% of people in this world now put everybody else and everything else in front of the self, and that is what, and wait for the hammer to fall to go to the doctor and say, you know what, your skin needs to do thing. If you into this thing, and that is what we all wait for. Yes, and that is why it's so important to, to to have people testifying like what you're doing there, and your why is so great because you tell yourself, you know what, I can stop the age from going, but I can really choose the way, and you have the choice to choose how you age. We all have that choice, right? If you will take care of yourself, right, you will age even anyhow you take it, but you will look different. That's why you'll see somebody looking a certain way at 60, and then somebody looking at a certain way at 60, and it's like, but wait now, that's 60. And there's some people that I follow on social media, not as local, especially women who is 60, and I mean, they all use natural product as well, and they gym, they exercise, they take care of themselves. No fanatic or anything, but you could tell they love themselves. Yes, and nothing wrong with loving yourself, right?
No.
Because if you love yourself, it means that you'll do exactly what you're doing. And for the few people who do the same thing that what you and I doing, which is, putting ourselves first doesn't mean you love your children. It doesn't mean
Exactly.
you love your husband or your wife, or you're not interested or you don't care about your job. The most important factor there, I keep telling people, is yourself.
As I say, taking time to see about myself ensures that they are getting taken care of, because if
Correct.
I go down, it have nobody to look after them. So I have to look after me first so that I am able to look after them. Right? And then I had to keep myself looking cute. Right? So there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that because, I tell people, Patricia, is that if you love your children, the best gift, or your husband or your wife, the best gift you can give to them is to take care of your health and live long. That's the best gift you can give because for those people who don't know what that means, and you have to live through what I lived through, or other people lived through. Well, seeing your mother die at a young age based on lifestyle disease, or didn't put it wasn't putting herself first. Isn't that a good, nice sight to see, right? And then if we leave money for our children for their future, and we don't take care of ourselves, the same money that we leave for them, they will take it to try to get you better, and they will spend it back on you. So at the end of the day, who really win? It's not the pharmacy, the doctor, the everybody else, but who other than who was intent to win, which is your children, by you living long. So any good children would never want to see their mother in particular, right, suffer from anything, and they have money. They would always they'll spend the last cent to see their parents get better. Yeah. So
That's
don't wait for that. We as parents have to take care of ourselves. And as you rightly said, if you can take care of ourselves, how can we take care of them properly? Because if you fall along today or tomorrow and be sick, you can tell me you love your children and you ain't taking care of yourself. And when they get sick, you look left, you look right, and you know they depend on you and you can't help
yes.
them. That by itself will just kill you or send you where you want to go quick. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is what is driving me each and every day when I'm feeling upon those days where I'm feeling to go and exercise or I'm feeling down. My why, outside of what I've been through, my mother with lifestyle disease, my two boys, that is my flame in my engine. to help take care of myself because I need to, just as you will say the same thing, we need to see them on a good platform, right?
Exactly.
And to see that, we have to make sure that we have to be on a good platform, health wise, holistically. Yeah. So
Yes.
that's why I continue to push what I'm pushing and continue to spread the word of wellness, what nutrition, what skincare, with exercise, and most important, a good heart. You have to love people, right?
Yes.
Because what stress do to your body, right? A doctor, three doctors came on this platform already, and when the word stress come up, they all say, it's easy to come, but it's not easy to go. It leave remnants of diseases that some of which can be cured. Stress is the number one killer for hypertension, for cancer. It bring on things in your body that doctors can't even cure, right? Because the situation we stressing about over the top doesn't go away if you fall long, it's
No.
still there. And then we try now how does so we must always continue to spread this word, you know, health, love people, pray, believe in God, and don't hate nobody, love. And your cream, your oil, all that you do, I mean that to me that was a seed that good God planted in you when you
Yes.
realize what it was, what is happening to you, and when you didn't wait, you know. I say this, Patricia, you know, give yourself take a chance on yourself. That's what I tell people, give yourself a chance down the road, but take a chance on yourself today, right? To give yourself a chance down the road, you have to take a chance on yourself today, right? We put aside money in the bank or a financial institution today to get revenue down the road or to get a pension down the road. We do these things, but we don't invest in ourselves to be in a better position health wise down the road. There's very few of us do that because money cannot buy health,
No.
right? Money cannot save you if you take care of yourself down early o'clock. But if you're healthy at a certain age, you could start over and you can build yourself. But if you had to focus on ailment, then mentally by itself it is make you give up. Yeah. So what I will say is that invest in yourself. Exactly what you're doing, and the way that you speak about yourself shows that you invested in yourself, and that
Yes.
is admirable, and that is very inspiring to a lot of women out there and men who feel, well, I had two children, I don't have any time. Most things that we hear in Patricia from everybody, and you probably say it as well. I don't have time.
Yes.
That is the
Yes.
number one thing. I don't have time, and I find that oil. Why I can get 2 bottles of oil in a particular sort
Oh,
of.
I hear that. I
Yeah,
hear that a
buy,
lot.
buy that oil. But you know what? When it's strange, because those people have skin problem, and I know a couple in all different ways. When they go by the dermatologist and you say, no, buy this, buy that, you just find the money to buy it. You just find the money to pay that person to tell you to go and buy. All right, then you go to the pharmacy and buy that and come back. They always tell you come back, yeah, and come back. But a cream or oil that is organic, that they know deep down, stand a better chance of getting them better. But because of we was brought up to believe people in white jacket, right? And you and I know people in white jacket don't have most of the answers. Yeah, because they was trained to say certain things and they was trained to go down, but they have a curricula just like school. Yeah, they have a curricula as well. So what I'm saying is that every time I talk about people about taking care of yourself, here what is the answer is, they will go, Vic boy, I be so busy, and taking and those things that good for your skin or those things that good for the they're pricey, they're
Yeah.
expensive. That's all it is here. But funny thing is that when you go to the doctor and tell you, you better do this or else, we just find the money.
And some of the medication that they give us, especially for people with hypertension, I know for a fact that some of the medication that they give, they dry out your skin.
Yes,
They
you correct.
age you. They make
Yes,
you look old, right?
yes,
But we swallowing it.
yeah, because we believe.
And right. And even though we believe in it, where's our little half an hour walk?
Hmm.
Where's a little sit down, seated exercises? Seated exercises. There are a lot of videos online with seated exercises for the
Yes.
elderly person, people with
Yes.
limited mobility. Just
Yes.
get your heart rate up, and you would limit the use. You may not, depending on your severity, get away from the heart medication entirely, but it could bring it down, lessen the quantity, lessen the amount, because all I look at that, all of that as toxins in your system,
Yes.
lessen the amount that you have in your system. So it's not just pop a pill and everything will go away. It's not only that. You have to just one or two things and have a little garden, stick two sive in a pot,
Yes.
stick
Yes.
a little ginger in a heart to plant, Just put it, look for the little knob, stick it somewhere and you forget about it. And oh shucks, wait, I did plant some ginger. When you go there, you see how much ginger you get.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing that requires maintenance. And
Yes.
I, who don't have a green thumb, who kill succulent plants, no. If I could plant ginger and turmeric and
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
anybody else could do it, So yeah, it's just what is important to you.
That is it right there. Is what is important to you. And most people, sadly, Patricia, go through life with a finger crossed, hoping for the best down the road when they reach 50, 60. And you and I know the answer to that. Yeah? Most
Yeah.
people hoping for the best. And when you reach down the road, it's obviously in your 50s, 60s. And when you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, you didn't make no effort to even try to even, whether it's to take a walk, whether it's to sit down in your chair and just do a little movement, walk around the living room, get the heart rate up. Most people so focus on the aesthetics of life itself that they miss the opportunity to live life. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what happened. And then down the road, your children watching you suffering, and every 4 hours you had to swallow about 10 pills that you and I know don't heal you at that stage,
No.
right? Don't get it better, and the side effects of all these pills, this behind the bottle, but we still want to get better. We doesn't look at those side effects, which is most of the time, as you mentioned, dry up his skin, create something else that is when it cause another problem.
Yeah.
So I will continue. I and my team will continue on this platform and the Fortress Fitness Lifestyle. We go Chancellor, we go certain parts to do a little morning walk from time to time. When Bamboo could teach you the other day, we early morning, just a little walk and get people moving, right? Get people moving. So we hoping, podcasts like this and the magazine that I put out every quarter, it will get there eventually because we have to start. Nobody not starting because, you know, it's years we have been listening to false news, which is pupils is the answer, right? The answer is in the pharmacy, the answer is in the drugstore. No, the answer is not there. And I'm saying it here. The answer is not there. And you know, Patricia, that the answer is not there.
No.
The answer is what we grannies to tell us.
Yes.
That's why they live so long. And they say, eat from the land.
Yes.
And that's why they didn't have all these diseases and these lifestyle stuff. What we have now, and we combating because I know people have lifestyle disease right now in the 30s, and I know of. Yes? And it's based on, again, the name speak for itself. Is lifestyle choices that we make. This turn out that way. It's good to know, Patricia, that whilst you're using the cream, and I support the cream 100 and the oil, the organic stuff that you do. You take a walk in between, so you're balancing it, and I like that. Right? I'm like that. That you combating that by itself, and in your mind, you believe you're going on. Yes, I'm a diabetic for now, but to God, all things are possible. Once you
Yeah.
do what you had to do, and and you're a dedicated woman, I don't know, you know what you're doing already, and most importantly, you're saying out to the universe that you combating this aging process. And I've said
Yes.
that to myself years ago, and that's what I do. So when I tell people my age is like, nah, you can't be this age. I say, well, you could say where you want, that's the age I am. But aging and looking a particular way, that's two different conversation. You understand? I can stop the numbers from going up whatever year. The numbers do it how they do. I'm not interested in the numbers. What I know from year to year, I am taking a holistic approach of my health, my heart, and when it comes to spirituality, believing in God for my spiritual healing, to guide me into the right frame of mind to make the right choices, right? And find people like yourself to get everything that I need to put in and out of my body to deal with this aging process. Because as a certain doctor was here on this podcast some months ago, people back in the days to live in 200, 300 years, 400 years, and you know that. Yeah,
Yes.
what has changed, right? I don't want people living 100 or whatever, but the lifestyle, yes, the lifestyle we choose and everything fast. Nobody want to cook again.
And
Nobody want,
sedentary.
yes,
Sedentary. Yes. I mean, I was guilty of jumping in the car to just go the road and come back, you know. I was
yeah,
guilty of that.
all
You
of
know,
us, all of
you say it's saving time, you know, but is a nice leisurely walk just to go out in the shop, you know, get your steps in for the day.
you see, Patricia, and I know the time is up, so we have to leave just
Okay.
in less than a minute. But when I go in the groceries now, you know, but browning stew and chicken with brown sugar or whatever.
Yes.
Now they have browning, as you know, they commercialize everything to take you away from what traditional method we used to use to help us, live longer and take care of ourselves. Everything now is fast paced.
Fast and convenient. Yes.
So before I close, Patricia, first of all, I want to say thank you for really coming on this podcast. I had fun, and I mean that you're not going anywhere because that turmeric oil, I cannot stop mentioning it, and I am going to get the biggest bottle that you have. I'm coming for that before the month done, and let people know, Patricia, where they can find you or how to get you. Right? Let us know your number and let us know your social as well.
Okay. Well, my telephone number is 374-9469. And my handles are Patrick Thomas Enterprises for both Instagram and Facebook.
Yes,
Um, what else? Yeah, and I have a online store,
yes,
Patrick Thomas Enterprises. That my ecom store, ecom store, ecom shop. Sorry,
yes, yes.
shop.com.
Nice.
So
So just
that's great.
log on there and they could place the order and because
Yes, and I do deliveries throughout Trinidad.
nice. That's great. So people here social, call Patricia, come get your cream. I vouching for the turmeric oil for now because I haven't tried all the brands yet. If you want to look ashy and you want to continue looking ashy, but don't call Patricia. But if you want to stop looking ashy, you want to look smooth, you want to smell good while still looking good, and you want to feel good, and it is a healthy cream, a guaranteed healthy cream with the products that is there, and it will help prevent skin rash. I'm pretty sure it will
It
help.
helps to treat. So I have products that treat psoriasis. That
Well,
helps
look
it
at that.
helps with eczema as well.
Wow. Yes.
These who tend to itch and live
Yes.
midlife uncomfortable.
Yes.
We're here to help.
And yes, and that is why I started cream oil in the first place before I met you, the commercial one, because sometimes when I finish bathe, my skin scratch me. So then the water, this go. So, but when I started that turmeric oil, it really, I can't remember last my skin, itch me when after I finish bathe, because that's why I say that as soon as I finish bathe, the first thing I do is oil my skin. So that really helps, and I'm glad you told me the ingredients there, so I know it's all organic and all healthy. So, Patricia, again, I want to thank you for coming on Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Podcast. We'll continue to support you in all that you do. You can always reach out to us on our page, reach out to Candice and Abini, and send a flyer. They'll put it up on our group page, and any event that we have coming up, and I will contact you, and you will come with your products, and we'll have question and answers, and we'll talk to the patrons, things like that. So we're going to fly that flag. You have Fortress Fitness support, right? You have my support, who is the CEO of that platform and that magazine, 100, and I believe in your products. So continue to do your thing, and may God continue to bless you and bless your business, and you prosper beyond measures. And we will see you again, and you will hear from me before the month to get my 1 liter. I want 1 liter.
All
I
right.
want 1 liter.
Thank you, Victor, for having me. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much. Have a blessed night.
Same to you. Bye.
Special thanks to our partners Virtuscope VA Services and Abini Pro Fitness. And don't forget to get issue 2 of the Fortress Fitness Lifestyle magazine available now.